This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Oklahoma Sports Network, this is Tracy Mussett back at the Titan Classic, Titan Fieldhouse, Carl Albert High School. We're 3 games in today, and we have had 3 close ones, folks. All we can hope for is that we keep having close basketball games. Next game coming up is the Norman Tigers taking on the Sand Springs Sandites. This is in the boys' side of the bracket. Norman Tigers coached by Corey Cole. The Sandites coached by Eric Savage. Our banner sponsor for the tournament, J.R. Rowlett Realty. Let J.R. Rowlett find your perfect home today. Call 405-445-8971. We're about to introduce our starting lineups, brought to you by Dynamic Health. At Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Kaufman specializes in athletic injuries and is able to get athletes back in action very quickly using a system called Advanced Muscle Integration. Play better and recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic. Starting lineups being introduced as the guest on the scoreboard. It'll be the Sand Spring Sandites. Starting lineup for Sand Springs, 6-foot junior, number 11, Cooper Kelly. A 6'4" senior, number 21, Deke Thompson. A 6-foot junior, number 22, Cruz Smith. 6'6" senior, number 23, Khalil Allen. And a 6'7" senior, number 25, Blake Johnson. Man, that's a lot of height. Now the home team on the scoreboard, the Norman High School Tigers. Number 2, 6'1" junior, Bo Billingsley. Number 3, a 6-foot junior, Montrell Combs Pierce. Number 5, a 6'3" senior, B.J. Randall. Number 22, a 6'6" senior, Isaiah Amos. And number 24, a 6'3" senior, Matthew Kolinsky. The first half brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings at 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Del City. It is buy one, get one Tuesdays at Buffalo Wild Wings. Love to go to Buffalo Wild Wings. My favorite is the Desert Heat Dry Rub. Love it on the traditional wings. You don't make a mess when you dip your fingers in, getting sauce all over your fingers, and you get plenty of heat from the Desert Heat Dry Rub. Again, that's just my personal favorite, but it is buy one, get one Tuesdays at Buffalo Wild Wings. The tip for this basketball game coming to you from number 22 for Norman, Isaiah Amos, and number 23, Khalil Allen of the Sandites. Norman gets the opening tip, bringing the ball up the court, crossing the timeline slowly. Billingsley. Man defense by the Sandites. Billingsley in the paint, backs down, kicks the ball back out. Amos for the long 2 from the left wing, and Norman on the board first. Sand Springs sets up their offense. Man defense by Norman as well. Norman in the white uniforms with orange trim, and Sand Springs black uniforms, gold numbers and letters. Shot from the baseline by Thompson, hits the side of the backboard, no good. Rebound Norman all the way to the hole, and a foul called on the rebound on Norman. Sand Springs basketball. The foul goes against number 22, Amos. That is the first foul of the basketball game. 7:15 left to play in the first period. Sand Springs offense set up and running here. In and out. Pass goes inside. Allen kicks it back out. Now pass over the top. Boy, it looks like it was going to be a steal for Norman. Instead, it's a missed layup by Johnson for Sand Springs. Norman with the ball in the front court now. Norman will set up their offense. Going to the right side is Combs Pierce. Backing down his defender in the paint, kicks it out. And a drive inside once again. A little elbow jumper by Sanders, and he connects for 2 points. 4-0, Norman leading Sand Springs now. Trap on the sideline. Sand Springs with the ball at the free throw line. Shot put up off the glass. It comes out. That shot put up by Thompson. Rebound by Norman. Now inside and a foul called on the floor. It'll be Norman ball on the baseline. That foul going against number 23, Allen. His first personal, first team foul. Each team with one foul now. Baseline inbound play coming from Norman. An offensive foul called against the Tigers. Could not see the number that the official signaled on that foul. Number 24, Kalinsky, called for the foul. 2 team fouls on Norman, 1 on Sand Springs. They have not updated the team fouls. There they go. They got the scoreboard right now with team fouls. 3 by Sand Springs off the front of the iron. No good by Kelly. Norman pushes the ball right back up the court. Billingsley will set up the offense. 4-0, Norman with the lead. 5:40 left to play in this Buffalo Wild Wings first period. Kalinsky at the elbow kicks the ball back out. Now Billingsley driving, picks up his dribble, kicks the ball out for a deep 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Thompson. Sand Springs fast break. Off the glass, no. Blocked before it got there. Coming the other way, Amos with the ball, dishes it to Billingsley, and Billingsley scores. It's a 6-0 lead for the Norman Tigers, and we've got a timeout called by Coach Eric Savage. It's a 30-second timeout. The officials telling the Norman boys to go ahead and scoot back and give him some room in the middle of the court. Again, the banner sponsor for the tournament, J.R. Rowlett Realty. Client focused, results driven. Call J.R. Rowlett for all your real estate needs. 405-445-8971. 2 points for Bo Billingsley. 2 points for Attic Sanders. And 2 points for Isaiah Amos for Norman. Sand Springs not on the board yet. 2 fouls on Norman, 1 foul on Sand Springs. And it is Sand Springs ball coming out of the timeout. Checking into the game for Sand Springs, C.J. Young. Kelly takes the inbound pass. Now Young will bring the ball up the court. 6-0 the score, first period. 5 minutes left to play in the first. And an offensive foul called on Sand Springs. That foul going on number 25, Blake Johnson, his first personal, second team foul. Turnover for the Sandites. Tink Smith checks into the game. Billingsley brings the ball up for Norman. 4:59 on the clock. Kalinsky, top of the key, passes back to Billingsley. Shot no good. Ball tipped up. It goes over the backboard into the support structure by Kalinsky, and it's Sand Springs basketball. Score remains 6-0 with 4:50 to play in the first period. Norman on top of Sand Springs early. Young trotting up the court with Kelly. Young with the ball. Met by Combs Pierce. Passes off. Thompson drives in, kicks the ball back out to Allen. Allen trying to post up, and a foul, quick foul called. I believe it'll be on Kalinsky. We'll have to see. Yes, Kalinsky draws the foul. That's his second personal foul, third team foul on Norman. Remember, folks, if you're just tuning in, and most of you have already figured this out, this is the second year of the new free throw rules and the foul counting rule. Allen hits the first of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Toonie Buys Houses in any condition. If you're someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call Toonie Buys Houses today for a cash offer. 405-931-3046. Allen connects on both free throws. Sand Springs is on the board, 6-2, the Norman lead. The free throw and foul count rule now is the foul count resets every period. After 5, the team that is fouled gets 2 free throws for the foul. Of course, that is with the exception of offensive fouls. There is no more 1-and-1 in high school basketball. That's not just an Oklahoma change. That is the National Federation of High Schools change. And pivoting around and getting to the basket is Amos for 2 points, and the lead is 8-2. Norman on top of Sand Springs. Young brings the ball up the court. He hands off to Smith. Sand Springs keeping the ball outside right now. Micah Betchen in the game for Sand Springs, and a turnover by the Sandites. Kelly's going to check back into the game. Betchen will take a seat. 8-2 the score, 3:49 left to play in the first period. 3 fouls on Norman, 2 fouls on Sand Springs. Combs Pierce brings the ball up the court for the Tigers. Pass inside to Amos, shot no good from about 10 feet out. Billingsley with the long rebound. Not the biggest guy on the court, but he's got some hops and he was in a good position. Billingsley in the paint, off the glass, good for 2. He has 4 points, and the Norman lead is now 8. 10-2 is the score. Young driving in, gives the ball to his teammate Allen. Allen from just outside the free throw line for 2. First field goal of the game for the Sand Springs Sandites. 10-4 is the score. Norman leading. 3 minutes and 5 seconds left to play in the first period. First period brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings in Del City, where it's buy one, get one free on Tuesdays. Kelly with the rebound after a Norman miss. Sand Springs coming the other way. Kelly, right wing, picks up his dribble, finds Allen. Billingsley cuts him off, almost steals the ball away. Allen kicks it out to Young. Sand Springs trying to get inside with it, but Norman keeping them outside with that man defense. Thompson drives in, kicks the ball outside. Foul's called on Norman. Foul going on Randall, who is now in the ball game. Kamarian Franklin checks into the game for the first time for Norman. Gideon Holt also checks in for the Tigers. Boom! It's a 3, a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 by Thompson. And it's a 3-point game, 10-7, Norman leading Sand Springs. Bobby Lewis Insurance with surprisingly great rates. 2 locations to serve you, one in Choctaw at 405-281-6700, and call them in Del City at 405-670-3665. Randall drives to the hole, dishes it off, finds Kalinsky. Kalinsky scores his first bucket of the ball game, a 5-point lead for Norman, 12-7. Young brings the ball back down the court, defended by Holt. Thompson just dribbles around the top. Kelly in the corner. No, excuse me. That is not Kelly. That was Smith for 3. Boom, another Bobby Lewis Insurance 3. Call Bobby Lewis Insurance in Del City at 405-670-3665, and the lead's down to 2. 12-10, Norman leads. Billingsley on the left wing, defended by Thompson. Billingsley inside, puts up the shot. Kalinsky with the offensive board, gets hit in the head, and the foul will be called on Tink Smith. Smith rubbing his head like he got hit in the head, but maybe that was just sympathy pain. I'm not sure. 1:15 to play in the first period. 12-10, the Norman lead over Sand Springs. Matthew Kalinsky at the free throw line shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Three team fouls on Sand Springs, 4 team fouls on Norman. Toonie Buys homes in any condition. Call today for a cash offer, 405-931-3046. And I was I was questioning that it was a shooting foul, and now it looks like they've decided to inbound the ball instead. So now we have it right. Combs-Pierce will inbound the ball for Norman. In the corner to Franklin. Norman pretty deep. Quite a few guys played already in this one in the first period. Billingsley, the deep three. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis insurance three for Billingsley, and he has 7 points in the ball game. Under a minute to play. The lead is 5 again for Norman. 15-10. Kelly loses a handle on the ball. Stolen away by Allen. Kelly for three. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis insurance three for Kelly, and it's a 2-point game, 15-13. Billingsley walks the ball up the court. 35 seconds on the clock, first period of play. First period brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings in Del City. Norman trying to run the clock out here for the last shot. Billingsley, Franklin, and Combs-Pierce playing catch out top. Kalinsky at the low post. Randall at the high post. We're down to 12 seconds. Norman looks like they're about to run their offense now. Under 10 seconds to play. A lot of movement. Combs-Pierce driving against Young. Pulls up from the elbow. In and out. Ball tipped away. Shot no good. After 1 period of play, the Norman Tigers lead the Sand Springs Sandites 15-13 here at the Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Whataburger, please Brent back the Monterey melt. Brent back. Okay, yeah, message received. We're Brentfing it back. Grilled peppers and onions, 2 slices of melty cheese, and jalapeno ranch on 2 fresh beef patties. Brent it on. The Whataburger Monterey melt is back. We brunched it all right. What a burger!
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett back at the Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse for the Titan Classic. It's the Norman Tigers leading the Sand Springs Sandites 15-13 as we begin the second period of play, and a quick foul called on Combs-Pierce of the Norman Tigers. That'll be his first personal foul, first team foul of the second period. Second period brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings in Del City, 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Del City, where it's buy one, get one Tuesdays at Buffalo Wild Wings. Banner sponsor for the tournament this year, J.R. Rowlett Realty. Once a Titan, always a Titan. Use this Titan, J.R. Rowlett, for all your real estate needs. Call 405-445-8971. A turnover by Sand Springs gives the ball back to Norman. Norman leading by 2, 15-13. 7.5 minutes to play in the second period. Billingsley walks the ball up the court, crosses the timeline. He's met by Thompson, hands the ball off to Sanders. Now Amos at the free throw line. Sanders trying to drive in. Not happening. Man defense by Sand Springs. Thomas working against Allen. That's a good matchup. Amos and Allen down there. The weave out top by Norman. Now in the paint is Sanders. Puts a shot up, no good. And a foul will be called. I believe that's going against Johnson of Sand Springs. That'll be his second personal first team foul on Sand Springs. 15-13 is the score. The Tigers lead the Sandites. This is the Titan Classic, the first day of the tournament here at Carl Albert High School. 6:55 to play in the second period. Combs Pierce gets his first bucket of the ball game on the Toonie Buys Houses free throw. Toonie Buys Houses in any condition. If you're someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call Toonie Buys Houses today for a cash offer. 405-931-3046. Sand Springs rebound off the free throw miss. Allen out top, defended by Amos. Thompson in traffic, double teamed. Tight defense by Norman. Thompson driving on Billingsley, backs him down and kicks the ball back out to Betchen. Betchen drives, has a lane, goes to the hole, and offensive foul called on Betchen, his first personal, second team foul, excuse me. And a turnover for Sand Springs. 16-13 the score. Norman leading Sand Springs by 1 with 6.5 minutes to play in the first half. Combs Pierce inbounds the ball to Billingsley. Billingsley brings it up the court slowly, met by Thompson. Kalinsky at the high post, bounces out inside to Amos, can't hang on to it. Amos grabs his hand like maybe he jammed a finger or bent it awkwardly. Down low, Johnson for Sand Springs finds a nice move, and he's going to get it and one. Bucket is good. The foul is called on Amos, his second personal foul. Johnson's first bucket of the ball game, and he gets the Toonie Buys Houses free throw. It's a 1-point game, and Johnson can tie it up after Norman got off to what looked like a pretty big lead, 8 points early in the first in this one, and now Sand Springs has just clawed and fought their way back into it. Johnson's free throw up, back iron, no good. Ball tipped high, picked up by Norman. It's a 1-on-2. Billingsley for three, back iron, no good. Picked up by Thompson. Sand Springs has the ball. Allen down the court. He's at the low post, kicks the ball out, and now Sand Springs will reset their offense. Kelly out top of the ball, defended by Randall. And a foul will be called on Combs Pierce. That'll be his second personal foul. Third team foul on Norman. Norman with a 1-point lead. Sand Springs with the ball on the baseline, trailing by 1, 5:34 to play in the second period. Thompson inbounds, gives it to Johnson, right back to Allen at the free throw line. He looks down low, nothing there. Thompson drives, pulls up, 16-foot jumper's good for 2. That's his first bucket of the ball game after several attempts, and Sand Springs has their first lead, 17-16. Randall picks up his dribble in the backcourt. Amos now double teamed out top. A lot of slapping going on with no foul called. A little over 5 minutes to play in the first half, and Billingsley will reset the offense for Norman. We've had 3 close games. This one started off a little lopsided early, and all of a sudden it's a 1-point game. Holt with the ball, passes back off to Billingsley. Billingsley looking at Amos inside. Amos backs off, goes across the paint. And now Billingsley out top, holding the ball and calls a timeout. 17-16, Sand Springs leading Norman. Norman didn't like what was happening on the court during that offensive possession, and we have a 30-second timeout on the court. Billingsley with 7 points, Combs Pierce with 1, Sanders with 2, Amos with 4, Kalinsky with 2 for Norman. Smith, and I said that was Thompson's first bucket of the ball game, but I failed to write down a couple of buckets, and I fear I was wrong on that. He could have had 7 points already, for all I know, because I missed those points. Dedrick sitting over here beside me taking care of the production today, and he looks at me and kind of gets a chuckle out of it. It's hard to keep track of stats and keep the play-by-play going, but I'll give it an attempt. Norman back on the court, ready to go after the timeout. Banner sponsor for the tournament this year, J.R. Rowlett Realty. Thinking of buying or selling your home? Give J.R. Rowlett a call at 405-445-8971. Billingsley with the ball coming out of the timeout. Norman trailing by 1, 17-16 is the score. There's a three by Randall. Shot no good. Allen with the rebound. Kelly coming the other way. Kelly still in the backcourt. Met up top by Sanders. Thompson at the free throw line kicks the ball back out. In the ball game for Sand Springs is number 22, Cruz Smith, back into the lineup. He took a seat early in this one. Thompson misses a shot. Offensive board and a miss by Allen. And now pushing the ball the other way is Holt for Norman. Billingsley gets the ball stuck between the rim and the backboard. And a jump ball will be the call on the rebound. Possession arrow in favor of Norman. Sand Springs nursing that 1-point lead, 17-16, 3 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the first half. Kalinsky checks back into the game. Sanders takes a seat. Billingsley to inbound the ball. Baseline play. Billingsley in the corner. Drives the baseline in the paint. Pulls up in the middle of the paint. Kalinsky under the basket. Misses off the glass. Ball's out of bounds. Sand Springs ball. Cruz to inbound for Sand Springs. Thompson brings the ball up the court now. Billingsley on D. 3.5 minutes to play first half. Turnover by Thompson. Amos going to the hole. Defended by Johnson, but Johnson just picked up his third personal foul. Third team foul on Sand Springs. And that will put Amos at the line, shooting 2. Toonie buys houses, free throws. Toonie buys houses in any condition. If you're someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, please call Toonie buys houses today for a cash offer. 405-931-3046. Toonie buys houses, 405-931-3046. Amos hits the first of the Toonie buys houses free throws. And we're tied up 17-17. Buffalo Wild Wings has buy one, get one Tuesdays. Buffalo Wild Wings at 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Del City. Amos hits both free throws and puts Norman back on top by 1. Randall checks back into the game for Norman as Holt takes a seat. 18-17, the Norman lead over Sand Springs. Cruz takes the inbound pass. Kalinsky just gets his feet tangled up and falls down. Kelly gets around Randall into the front court now. Goes right, pulls up, 12 feet out, shot no good. Randall with the rebound. 3 minutes to play in the first half. Randall goes left. Franklin going against Cruz. And now Billingsley defended by Thompson. Billingsley drives, picks up his dribble. Randall for 3. Boom! It's the Bobby Lewis Insurance 3. Bobby Lewis Insurance, surprisingly great rates. 2 locations in Choctaw and Del City. Call them in Del City at 405-670-3665. Thompson. 21-17, a 4-point lead by Norman. Allen trying to back down Amos. Can't do it. Passes the ball off. Cruz at the free throw line. Kicks the ball back out to Thompson. Kelly holds it on the right wing. Thompson for 3. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3. Call them in Choctaw at 405-281-6700. 1-point game, 21-20 is the score. Norman leading Sand Springs. Billingsley taking his time now. Randall out top. 1:50 to play in the first half. 1-point basketball game. This is the Titan Classic at Carl Albert High School, Midwest City, Oklahoma. Shot from the baseline by Amos, no good. Allen with the rebound, gives it to Thompson. It's a 3-on-2 fast break. Thompson kicks it in the corner. Kelly misses the 3. Kalinsky gets the rebound. Now Billingsley brings the ball back up the court for the Tigers. 21-20 is the score. Norman on top of Sand Springs. Billingsley on the left wing. Man defense by Sand Springs. Billingsley for three. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance three. 2 locations in Choctaw and Del City for Bobby Lewis Insurance. 4-point lead for Norman. 24-20 is the score. Franklin picks the pocket of Kelly. Ball eventually goes out of bounds, though, and it'll be Sand Springs basketball. C.J. Young checks back in for the Sandites. 50 seconds to play in this Buffalo Wild Wings first half. Tink Smith back in the game for Sand Springs. C.J. Young bringing the ball up the court. Franklin on D. Smith in the corner. Inside to Allen. Allen backing down Amos. Goes up. Shot no good. Kalinsky with the rebound. The Tigers have the 4-point lead in the basketball with 30 seconds to play in the half. Billingsley takes his time getting the ball up the court. We're down to the 22nd mark now. Thompson coming out to put a little pressure on Billingsley. Thompson gets a hand on the ball and knocks it out of bounds with 10 seconds left to play in the half. Randall checks back into the game. Sanders takes a seat. Holt comes back in. Franklin takes a seat. A lot of fresh legs for the Tigers as they are playing a very deep bench. Billingsley takes the ball in the backcourt, walks it up. 7 seconds on the clock, splits defenders three by Randall. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance just beating the buzzer. Bobby Lewis Insurance three. 27-20, a 7-point lead for Norman at halftime. This is the Titan Classic brought to you by J.R. Rowlett Realty. Thinking of buying or selling your home? Give J.R. Rowlett a call at 405-445-8971. Halftime 27-20, Norman leading Sand Springs here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes, call Rob and Will.
How can you describe Whataburger's honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich? The chicken just has a certain... And then there's the sauce that just gives you a little bit of... And the cheese, it's the exact right amount of... It's almost too hard to put it into... Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger. Just like you like it.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
The Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Only, it's not that time right now, so it's not available. Instead, we must sit here until 11 p.m. watching footage of the flaky, crispy, buttery goodness that is the Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Whataburger, please Brent back the Monterey melt. Brent back. Okay, yeah, message received. We're Brentfing it back. Grilled peppers and onions, 2 slices of melty cheese, and jalapeno ranch on 2 fresh beef patties. Brent it on. The Whataburger Monterey melt is back. We brunched it all right. What a burger!
Oklahoma Sports Network. This is Tracy Mussett at the Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse for the Titan Classic here in 2025, brought to you by J.R. Rowlett Realty. Let J.R. Rowlett find your perfect home today. Call 405-445-8971. About to begin the second half of play here at this game between the Norman Tigers and the Sand Springs Sandites. This was back and forth game. Norman hit a couple of threes late to pull away a little bit. 27-20 as we begin the third period of play. Sand Springs with the ball. It goes through the hands of Allen and picked up by Sanders of Norman. 4 threes by each team in the first half. Norman went 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Sand Springs went 2 of 3 from the free throw line. 10 points for Billingsley, 1 for Combs Pierce, 6 for Randall, 2 for Sanders, 6 for Amos, and 2 for Kalinsky for Norman there in the first half. For Sand Springs, it was 3 for Smith, 3 for Kelly, 8 for Thompson, 4 for Allen, and 2 for Johnson. A foul called on Norman at 7:21 mark in the third period. The foul goes on Kalinsky. That'll be his third personal foul. First team foul on Norman. That puts Allen at the line, shooting 2 free throws. Free throws brought to you by Tooney Buys Houses. Tooney Buys Houses in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call Tooney Buys Houses today for a cash offer, 405-931-3046. Khalil Allen hits the first of the 2 free throws. It's a 6-point game now, 27-21. Second free throw's up. Shooter's roll off the front of the rim is good. 6 points for Allen, and it's back to a 5-point game. Norman leads Sand Springs 27-22. The second half brought to you by CK12 Designs. They have a new showroom located on Automobile Alley in Oklahoma City across from Hideaway Pizza. From custom dining tables, mantles, reclaimed beams, as well as custom cabinetry, come visit. Tell us what you think of the new showroom on Google and take a custom charcuterie board while supplies last. Like and follow CK12 Designs on Facebook and Instagram for the latest contest giveaways. CK12 Designs in Oklahoma City. The new locations at 820 North Broadway, also at 8209 Northeast 23rd Street. A travel called on Norman, gives the ball back to Sand Springs. Still a 5-point game, 27-22 with 6:39 to play in the third period. Kelly brings the ball up the court, defended by Combs Pierce. Screen set by Allen. Allen Rose takes the pass. Cruz over the top to Allen now. Allen's 15 feet out, holding the ball, finally passes off. Thompson for 3, kaboom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3. Bobby Lewis Insurance with surprisingly great rates. 2 locations to serve you, Choctaw and Del City. Call them in Del City at 405-670-3665. Billingsley brings the ball up the court for Norman with 6:05 on the clock, and we're down to a 2-point game, 27-25. Randall at the right elbow, defended by Kelly. He's going to hand the ball back off to Billingsley. Billingsley's been deadly in shooting in this game. Kelly gets a hand on the ball, knocks it loose. Billingsley chases it back down. Now Billingsley sets the offense back up, goes to the right, cuts back in the paint, going to the hole, off the left side, puts that one up for 2. Billingsley now with 12 points in the ball game, and the lead's back to 4 for Norman. Kelly driving in the paint, puts up a floater a little hard. It actually got no float to it and went really flat and hard off the back of the iron. Rebound Norman. Randall goes right, gives the ball to Sanders. Amos battling inside against Allen. Those two have gone at it this entire game. Billingsley, a little jab step, pulls up. The three's no good. Kelly with the rebound. Lob up the court to Cruz. Cruz goes right, picks up his dribble. Now Allen not wanting to drive against that defense of Amos. Again, as I said just a moment ago, those two have gone at it, and they're respecting each other. Both are strong, both have some height, both are athletic. It's a good battle. Thompson, top of the key. Shot off the front of the rim. Cruz with the rebound. There's a 3 by Kelly. Front of the rim. No good. Good block out in there by Sanders. Allen gets a board. Ball bounces around off the rim. Finally pulled down by Norman. Combs Pierce gets that rebound and passes off finally to Billingsley. Pierce took a lot of time actually with the ball before he finally passed it off. Midway point of the third period. Third period brought to you by CK12 Designs. 4-point lead for Norman. Billingsley just holding the ball now. Pointing, directing traffic, directing screens. Randall, jab step, thought about the 3. Now Amos, 8 feet away, jumper no good. Tip in by Sanders is no good, gets his own rebound. Combs Pierce, floater in the paint, and a rebound by Johnson. Kelly pushing the other way. Sanders in front of him, does a good job of moving his feet and staying between Kelly and the front court. 3.5 minutes to play in the third. Cruz looking inside, Thompson cutting. Thompson gets in the corner before he can take the pass. Feeds it inside to Allen. Allen's knocked down by Randall as Allen went to pivot. That'll only be the second team foul of this third period. Randall picks up his second personal foul. Kalinsky and Franklin check back into the game. Smith checks in along with Betchen for Sand Springs. Betchen inbounds the ball. Baseline play. Allen takes it, taken away, a foul called. Wow. Allen was just in a bad position there, and it looked like Amos just stripped the ball away from him, but Amos picks up his third personal foul and third team foul against the Tigers. Betchen to inbound again on the baseline play. Sand Springs going to run a better inbound play than what they've run the last two times. Betchen, we're about to run out of time before he goes over the top to Kelly. A Cruz, a jab step, pulls up, 16 feet, hits it. It's a 2-point game, 29-27. Billingsley at the 3-minute mark, walking the ball up the court slowly. Norman nursing a 2-point lead. Betchen screened by Amos. Amos rolls. Billingsley got into the middle of a lot of traffic in the paint. 4 Sand Springs players there defending him. A foul is called. Foul's called on Khalil Allen, his second personal. That foul could have been called on anybody at that point on the team. Baseline play, pass goes over the top to Billingsley. Billingsley pivots at the elbow, goes into the paint, puts up the shot, no good, tipped out, and Billingsley is the one who chases the ball down all the way out near half court. Nice hustle by Billingsley. Foul called on Cruz will be the second team foul on Sand Spring. No, not on Cruz. They just signaled number 22. Oh, yeah, it is on Cruz. My bad. And here I'm saying Cruz, and it's Cruz Smith. Cruz is the first name. Smith picks up his first personal foul. Second team foul on Sand Springs. 2:30 left to play in the third. It's a 2-point game, 29-27, Norman leading. Billingsley takes the inbound pass. Betchen on D as Billingsley just hands off to Randall. Now Holt driving in, dribbles back out to the right wing, and Norman resets their offense. Holt in the paint, pulls up, finds Khalil cutting to the basket, and a foul. Khalil will get the Toonie Buys Houses free throws as Sand Springs picks up their third team foul. That foul called on Smith, his second personal foul. No, they say it's his first personal, so I missed one somewhere. Khalil with the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Toonie Buys Houses in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, please call Toonie Buys Houses for a cash offer, 405-931-3046. Kalinsky misses the first free throw. .209 to play in the third. Third period brought to you by CK12 Designs. Kalinsky takes his time. Couple of dribbles, shots put up, back iron, off the front of the rim. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson trots up the court, crosses the timeline, and Coach Savage says he wants a timeout. 29-27 with 2 minutes to play in the third period. Timeout by Sand Springs. It's the Norman lead, 3 fouls on each team. Our banner sponsor for the tournament, J.R. Rowlett Realty. Once a Titan, always a Titan. Use this real estate Titan, J.R. Rowlett, for all your real estate needs. Call 405-445-8971. We've had 3 close games in the tournament thus far. This one's a 2-point game, so we might as well just say we've had 4 close games now. Norman out on the court ready to go coming out of the timeout. Sand Springs still huddled up. Khalil Allen with 6 points for Sand Springs. 3 for Smith, 3 for Kelly, 8 for Thompson, all in the first half. He has not scored here in the third. Johnson with 2 points. 12 points for Billingsley for the Norman Tigers. Allen takes a pass and is fouled. That may go on Kalinsky. It does, and that's his 4th personal foul. 4th team foul on Norman. C.J. Young to inbound the ball for Sand Springs. Again, they have 5 seconds. They're using it all, and then they throw the ball away as Billingsley jumps up and picks that one out of the air. Billingsley, offensive foul as he just backs into Betchen and takes him to the floor. Billingsley's first personal foul. That is the 5th team foul on Norman. It is an offensive foul, no free throws coming, but Sand Springs in the bonus from here on and out for the last minute 45 of the third. Sand Springs basketball, trailing by 2, 29-27. Thompson running point. Kelly on the right wing. Holt defending him tight. Now Thompson defended by Billingsley. Allen working hard against Amos at the low post. A little shove going on occasionally, elbows being thrown, trying to create some space down there. Allen has the ball, bounces out with it, sets a screen, rolls. Allen in the paint, kicks it out. Betchen for 3, shot no good. Johnson gets the rebound and the putback, and we're tied up 29-29. Under a minute to play in the third. All knotted up. Billingsley walks the ball up the court. Norman goes left. Swings back to the right side. Randall looking inside for Amos. Amos backing down Allen. The foul will be called on Khalil Allen. It'll be his 3rd personal foul. Actually, they're only showing 2 on him. I am absolutely certain I'm absolutely certain that was his 3rd, but the official scorebook only has him for 2 now. Isaiah Amos at the line shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. He connects on the first. Toonie Buys Houses in any condition. Call today for a cash offer. 405-931-3046. Amos misses the free throw. The ball goes out of bounds. Allen looks confused. He thought it went clearly off the hands. I think the response of both teams thought it was going to be Sand Springs ball, and the official called it Norman ball. 35 seconds to play in the third. Norman leads by 1, 30-29. Billingsley passes off to Holt. Norman going to hold for the last shot of the third period. Again, this third period brought to you by CK12 Designs, located at 820 North Broadway, second location at 8209 Northeast 23rd Street. We're down to the 10-second mark now as Norman gets busy on offense. Billingsley drives in, 3 defenders in front of him, passes off. Holt for 3, shot no good. Somehow Sanders comes up with it, puts a shot up before the buzzer. It's no good, and it's a 1-point game. Going to the fourth period, the Norman Tigers lead the Sand Springs Sandites 30-29 here at the Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, the Titan Classic at Carl Albert High School. The Norman Tigers lead the Sand Springs Sandites 30-29 as we begin the fourth period of play. Billingsley for three. Kaboom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance three. Surprisingly great rates. 2 locations to serve you. Choctaw and Del City. Call them in Choctaw at 405-281-6700. 4-point lead now for Norman, 33-29. Billingsley with 15 points in the ball game. Cruz Smith driving to the hole, and he scores for the Sandites. Back to a 2-point game, 33-31. This fourth period brought to you by CK12 Designs. Billingsley has the ball stripped away. CK12 Designs has a new showroom located on Automobile Alley in Oklahoma City across from Hideaway Pizza at 820 North Broadway. From custom dining tables, mantles, reclaimed beams, as well as custom cabinetry, come visit. Tell us what you think of the new showroom on Google and take a custom charcuterie board while supplies last. Like and follow on Facebook and Instagram for the latest contest giveaways. CK12 Designs in Oklahoma City. The original location is 8209 Northeast 23rd Street. 33-31 the score. Norman leading Sand Springs. A turnover by Sand Springs. No fouls here in the fourth. Randall hands off to Billingsley. Billingsley, crossover dribble, passes off. Combs Pierce loses his dribble in the paint. Tipped out, travel called. Sand Springs basketball. Both teams with a turnover here in the fourth period. Not many free throws shot in this basketball game, making up for all the free throws in that last girls' game. Thompson takes the inbound pass. Little man defense full court by Norman. Kelly bringing the ball up the court, crosses the timeline, picks up his dribble just as he crosses. Johnson down low to Allen. The ball gets into the net. Allen can't come up with it. A turnover for Sand Springs. Holt has the ball, pushing it up the court. Franklin to Amos. Back to Franklin, and the transition bucket is good. The lead's back to 4, 35-31. Franklin has his first bucket of the basketball game. Smith pulls up from the left elbow, shot no good. Amos with the rebound. Allen carefully doesn't get called for a foul, reaching around there. Holt on the left wing pulls up and gives the ball to Billingsley. 5:45 to play in the game. Banner sponsor for the tournament, J.R. Rowlett Realty. Thinking of buying or selling your home? Give J.R. Rowlett a call at 405-445-8971. Billingsley driving on Thompson, gets around him in the paint, kicks it out. In the corner for three. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance three. Put up by Kamarian Franklin, and the lead is 7 for the Norman Tigers with 5:24 left to play. 38-31 is the score. And it looks like we still have some 30-second timeouts left. We're going to stay right here as we talk about how this game, it's been Norman pull away by 6 or 7, and then Sand Springs closes the gap, ties it up, even a small lead by Sand Springs at time, and then Norman with some pretty good three-point shooting just pulls away once again. Now the lead's out to 7 with only 5.5 minutes to play. That shot put up by Kamarian Franklin, and leads to a 7-point lead. 5:24 left to play in this fourth period, brought to you by CK12 Designs. Norman always, it seems, to be the first team to break huddle and get back out on the court. Sand Springs now heading out. Sand Springs basketball, and Norman set up to provide a little full court pressure. It's like man press by Norman. It's not really a press, but man, full court man. Holt with Kelly all the way down the court. Smith with the ball. That is Tink Smith. Kelly now with the ball. Thompson, three. Back iron, no good. Randall pulls down the rebound, gives it to Amos. Right back to Billingsley, and Billingsley trots up the court. Sand Springs backs up, gets into their half-court defense. Randall on the left wing. Dribbles all the way across the top. Billingsley set things up. Tries to get around Thompson. Thompson shuffles his feet good. Stays in front of Billingsley. Holt pivots. Gets into the paint. Amos goes backside. Lays it off the glass for 2. Amos has 9 points in the ball game, and the lead is at 9, 40-31. Norman leading Sand Springs. Ball tipped out of bounds by Randall. Sand Springs ball in the corner. Combs, Pierce, Sanders both check back into the game for Norman. 4:12 to play. Officials having a discussion about where to inbound the ball, I believe. Sand Springs inbound right in front of their bench. Kelly inbounds the ball. Cruz Smith comes up with it. Crossover, trying to get around Sanders. Passes off to Thompson. Norman's defense pretty suffocating at times. Thompson goes in the paint, off the glass, shot no good. Draws the foul. He'll be getting the Toonie by his houses free throws. Foul goes against Randall. His third personal first team foul. That is the first foul of the fourth period on either team. We're halfway through the period. Thompson getting his first free throws of the basketball game. Toonie buys houses in any condition. Call today at 405-931-3046. Thompson hits the first free throw. Cuts the lead to 8. Johnson checks back in as Tink Smith takes a seat. Thompson takes his time, shots up, nice rotation. Toonie buys houses. Free throws are both good for Thompson. 3:59 to play. The lead is 7. Norman leads 40-33 over Sand Springs. Billingsley walks the ball up the court. Combs Pierce, the skip pass. Sanders and right back out to Billingsley. Norman looking to at least burn a little clock here, it appears, as they keep the ball out top. Combs Pierce with a little elbow wraparound on Kelly, finds some space, and ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Norman basketball. Foul is called on Khalil Allen, his third personal, first team foul. Randall to inbound the ball in front of the Norman bench. Billingsley back to Randall. Randall on the left wing. Johnson defending. Norman just working the ball back and forth across the top of the key. Randall tries to bounce inside. Johnson stays in front of him. And now Billingsley working against Thompson. Billingsley's pretty good handles on the basketball. Sanders looking inside, nothing there. Now Amos backing down Allen. Amos goes up and scores over the top. Amos now with 11 points in the ball game. It's been a good battle between Amos and Allen, but as we get late in the game, it seems to be Amos winning the battle. It's a 9-point lead for Norman. Betchen gives the ball to Thompson. Thompson backs down Billingsley, lays one up underhanded. Rebound goes out of bounds off the hands of Randall. Sand Springs basketball. 2:41 left to play in the ball game. This fourth period brought to you by CK12 Designs. Betchen to inbound the ball on the baseline for Sand Springs, taking all of his time. Out top to Tink Smith. 2.5 minutes to play, a 9-point lead for Norman. Cruz driving the baseline. No, excuse me, that was Betchen. Tink Smith for 3, shot no good. Amos with the rebound. Combs Pierce in the backcourt, Betchen on D. 2:15 in the ball game now. Combs Pierce still with the ball, finally hands off to Sanders. Betchen still the defender. We had a switch. And again, Norman just keeping the ball outside. Wide open on the right wing was Randall. He tried to drive in and had the ball stripped away. Sand Springs ball, under 2 minutes to play. Kelly still in the backcourt, crosses the timeline. Now Thompson pulls up, 3. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3. Bobby Lewis Insurance, surprisingly great rates. 2 locations, Choctaw and Del City. Call them in Del City at 405-670-3665. It's a 6-point game. Norman on top of Sand Springs, 42-36. And we're going to take a break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
Oklahoma Sports Network. This is Tracy Mussett at the Titan Classic, brought to you by J.R. Rowlett Realty. Think of buying or selling a home, give J.R. Rowlett a call at 405-445-8971. It's the Norman Tigers leading the Sand Springs Sandites 42-36 with 1:42 left to play in the CK12 Designs 4th period. Norman basketball coming out of the timeout. Now Randall pushes the ball down the court. Norman, a quick foul by Tink Smith. That'll be his 3rd personal foul. No. That's the 3rd time they put 2 fouls on the board for him. That's the same player I argued about earlier, and now they still only have 2. Norman basketball. 1.5 left to play. It's a 6-point lead for Norman. Betchen getting really handsy down there, finally gets the foul called. I think he has 2, but I don't know anymore. 3 fouls on the team, 2 on Betchen. Randall inbounding the ball. Sanders takes the inbound pass, and again, a quick foul. That one called on Tink Smith. Now he has 3, 4 team fouls, so Sand Springs has got caught up. They have no more fouls to give. They got those 2 quick fouls, so they're out of position with 4 fouls on Sand Springs. C.J. Young, a quick foul on Holt, and that'll put Holt at the line shooting 2 free throws. That's the first foul on Young. Gideon Holt with the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Toonie Buys Houses in any condition. If you're someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, please call Toonie Buys Houses today for a cash offer. 405-931-3046. Gideon Holt hits the first free throw, extends the lead back to 7, a 3-possession game with 1:23 left to play. Kelly checks back into the game for Sand Springs. Betchen takes a seat. Holt spins the ball. One dribble, puts up the Toonie Buys Houses free throw. It is good, and the lead is 8, 44-36. Norman over Sand Springs. Timeouts called on the floor with an 8-point lead. Norman on top, and less than 1.5 minutes to play. We'll take a timeout here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
How can you describe Whataburger's honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich? The chicken just has a certain... And then there's the sauce that just gives you a little bit of... And the cheese, it's the exact right amount of... It's almost too hard to put it into... Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger. Just like you like it.
Oklahoma Sports Network. This is the Titan Classic at Carl Albert High School. The Norman Tigers lead the Sand Springs Sandites 44-36 with a minute 15 on the clock. Boom, we got a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 coming right out of the timeout by Cruz Smith. Cuts the lead to 5. 44-39 is the score after Cruz Smith drains the 3. It is a full timeout, but we're going to go ahead and stay here. Our banner sponsor for the tournament's J.R. Rowlett Realty. Let J.R. Rowlett find your perfect home today. 405-445-8971. And this second half has been brought to you by CK12 Designs. They have a new showroom located on Automobile Alley in Oklahoma City across from Hideaway Pizza. The new location is 820 North Broadway. From custom dining tables, mantles, reclaimed beams, as well as custom cabinetry, come visit. Tell CK12 Designs what you think of the new showroom on Google, and take a custom charcuterie board while supplies last. Like and follow CK12 Designs on Facebook and Instagram for the latest contest giveaways. CK12 Designs in Oklahoma City. The original location at 8209 Northeast 23rd Street. 5-point lead, Norman over Sand Springs, 44-39. After the Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 drained by Cruz Smith. Sand Springs scored in a hurry on that last possession. Now it's Norman basketball. Billingsley to inbound. Full court pressure by Sand Springs. Sanders takes the inbound pass. Trapped, but gets the pass out to Billingsley. Billingsley in the front court to Holt. Expect Sand Springs to look for a quick foul, but maybe not on Billingsley, and there the foul is called. That'll be 2 free throws for Norman. The foul called on number 11, Kelly. That's his first personal foul with less than a minute to go in the ball game. Billingsley hits the first of the Toonie Houses free throws. These are his first free throws in the ball game. A lot of subs. Both teams. 56.5 seconds left to play. Billingsley extended it back to a 6-point lead, and now 7 a 3-possession game again after Billingsley hits both of the Toonie Houses free throws. Free throw ended up in the hands of the Norman cheerleaders. Cruz Smith will inbound in the backcourt for Sand Springs. Thompson takes the inbound pass. Crosses the timeline. Kelly sets a screen. Thompson double team, goes right. Back to Kelly at the top of the key. Time running out. Cruz Smith on the left wing. Allen for 3 in the corner. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 for Khalil Allen. And a quick foul on Kelly. That'll be his second personal. Will put Norman at the line shooting 2 free throws. We're back down to a 4-point game now with 33 seconds to play. Did not expect Khalil Allen to be the one to pull the three-pointer from the corner, but he does, and it's good. Sanders hits the Bobby Lewis Insurance 3. He has the Bobby Lewis Insurance, no, the Toonie Houses free throw, excuse me. Has a second free throw coming. 5-point lead now. It'll stay a 2-possession game. Even if he makes it, he does. It's the Toonie Houses free throw. 6-point game now, 48-42. Thompson in the front court. Billingsley on D. Billingsley reaching, and the foul is called. Good foul by Billingsley. He only had 1 foul, and there's only 1 team foul. Slows down the momentum on Thompson there. 28 seconds to play. 2 team fouls on Norman. 6-point lead for the Norman Tigers. Deke Thompson to inbound. Coach Corey Cole wanting a sub, but not sure what was going on there. Inbound pass stolen away. Thompson trying to throw it to Allen under the basket, and Randall gets up in the air and picks that pass off. Billingsley with the ball is fouled at half court. The foul goes on number 21, Deke Thompson. That'll be his first personal foul in the entire ball game. Billingsley with 2 more. Toonie Buys Houses free throws. $17 points for Billingsley in the ball game, and he misses the Toonie Buys Houses free throw. Toonie Buys Houses, any condition. Call today for a cash offer, 405-931-3046. 6-point lead for Norman. Billingsley can make this a 3-possession game again, and he does as he hits the second of the 2 free throws. Thompson in the backcourt, passes off to Kelly. 15 seconds on the clock. No, that is Tink Smith. Smith in trouble. Dribbles out, and a 10-second call as Norman's defense comes up big. A turnover for Sand Springs, and Norman gets the ball back with a 7-point lead and 10 seconds left on the clock. Randall will inbound the ball. Billingsley runs into the backcourt. Holt takes the inbound pass. Cruz Smith reaches in and is called for the foul. 7.5 seconds left to play in this one, folks. A 7-point lead for Norman. Gideon Holt shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. First free throw's up, and it's good. Gideon Holt is 3 for 3 from the line. Toonie Buys Houses, again. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call today, 405-931-3046. Toonie Buys Houses in any condition. Gideon Holt goes 4 for 4 from the free throw line. 4 points on the game, 7.5 seconds left to play. It's a 9-point lead for the Norman Tigers over the Sand Springs Sandites. Tink Smith inbounds the ball to Kelly. He doesn't have a lot of time. Gets around Sanders, 4 seconds. A 3 to beat the buzzer. Boom! We got a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 by Kelly as time closes out. But it's the Norman Tigers winning by 6. 51-45 is the final in this one. And the player of the game brought to you by Triple Elite Screen Printing. Find world-class designs and hot new styles at Triple Elite Screen Printing. Player of the game, Bo Billingsley, point guard for the Norman Tigers, as he comes up big with 17 points in this basketball game. Again, the Norman Tigers defeat the Sand Springs Sandites. J.R. Rowlett Realty, our banner sponsor. Thinking of buying or selling your home, give J.R. Rowlett a call at 405-445-8971. This is the Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.